Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge, it's a good time to grab these items as we begin to ignite the healing within. If you don't have smudge at home, relatives, that's okay. Send you some cleansing, healing, and positive energy your way. It's a new day. It's another sunrise and another sunset. It's already Wednesday, can you believe it? This is our opportunity to take a moment to reflect on how we're feeling and decide how we want to move forward on our wellness path. Whoops. Aloha, kakahiaka, hello and good morning. My name's Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. where we will always breathe, stretch, explore ways to integrate self-care and wellness into our daily lives, and we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you for joining us this morning, relatives. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute team members who are here with us in this virtual circle of care to serve you. We have one of our support services team members, Allison Von Brown. Allison also has education and background in counseling, so do know if you need additional support or you want real-time, interaction in that way with a counselor, do know that you can speak directly to Allison here in the comments section. Also, relatives, I'm a community healer and I'm also an advocate. I'm here to support you. As a community healer, my role to serve you is to put up that mirror in front of you, to hold it there and remind you that your healing matters, that you're beautiful, that you can do this and that you're not alone. And whatever struggles, whatever victories, whatever it is you're walking with today, that I'm here to remind you that you are the medicine. As for advocacy, do know that if you need support in the areas of social work or navigating legal systems, if you need help with something that involves institutions or bureaucracies, please do know that that's part of the work that I can help you with as well. And so with that, relatives, I want to say welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this collective where we are being intentional in our healing. That is community activated medicine. Community activated medicine is that reminder that the people are the medicine. That means not only do we have the ability to hold space for others while they're struggling while they're coming here in a place of vulnerability, that we can help lift them up, that we can let them know that we are here with dignity, without judgment, without stigma. But it also means in community activated medicine that we have the ability to do our own part of our own healing. We have within us the medicine. There is nothing more or less that you need to be or need to do. Your healing path is your sacred path, and it is determined by you. And this is community activated medicine is a term that was developed by our CEO and founder, Leah. We all walk our path of pain. We all walk our path of trauma, our history. We all have our struggles, the things that we deal with day to day, but also the things that maybe our ancestors have dealt with for generations. Maybe what our family has dealt with for generations. And do know that when you are here and you're taking the moment to reflect on really, truly how you're feeling and what you need, that is an act of social justice. That is an act of healing. And to me, in my experience, community activated medicine has been the most radical healing I have experienced personally. I also want to remind you, relatives, that when we're here in this space, your voice matters. Meaning, feel free to lead the conversation in what it is that you need. We don't come here with an agenda. We have no agenda here. The only goal that we have is to let you know that however you come, however you walk in the space is okay. Whatever it is that you need, we're not going to inform you what you need. That's not the way the Institute works. We really want you to trust in your intuition, trust in your gut, trust in what your mind and body are telling you. Trust how your spirit leads you. And we'll be here to support that, because we truly are honoring that your healing path is yours and yours alone. And it doesn't mean that we're not intersecting. It doesn't mean that we can't support each other. What it does mean is that you get to choose why you want to heal, when you want to heal, how you want to heal, and what that looks like. When we're here in community activated medicine, you can also support each other. You don't have to just have a conversation with me or Allison or any of our team members. I encourage you to hold space, and I encourage you to allow yourself to be vulnerable here. This is a safe space for you. And if you're not ready to share or comment, just say hi. That might be a starting point for you. If you're here just passively listening, that's great too. And if and when you're ready, we'll always be here to embrace that. We'll always be here to support. So with that, let's go to the comments section. Evie, good morning. Evie says, good morning, Malia and my soul tribe. I missed you, Evie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Indigo says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Indigo. How you doing? Feel free to check in further if you want to, relatives. We also have, we have a third team member here with us. We have our occupational therapist, Claudia Meyer-Smith. She says, good morning, Malia and everybody. If you don't know what occupational therapy is, it's very broad, but it's a very, very important, I think, piece of our healing that we aren't often thinking about. We're told that, therapy and counseling is important. And not that it's not. Sometimes it very much is, but I think we kind of use that as a go-to, whereas we can also go to community-activated medicine. We can go to culture as medicine. Claudia is occupational therapy, so that's helping you with what your goals are, what you need in life, and really helping you to navigate that in a way that might be sensory, in a way that might just help you with day-to-day solutions or exercises, in moving you forward on what it is you want and need. Evie says it's Apollo kind of morning for me. All right, Evie, I think I'll do that when I get to the Institute today. Rochelle, good morning. Rochelle says, good morning. I missed y'all for a brief minute there. Rochelle Redbone from Anadarko, Oklahoma. Thank you for all you do. Rochelle, I love, 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 love. You have a beautiful name, Rochelle Redbone. Beautiful. Thank you out there, Rochelle. Thanks for being part of the medicine. Thank you for being here. Evie, thanks for doing all the tags. Allison says in regard to Rochelle, wonderful to have you here again. Thank you for bringing your medicine. Susan says, good morning. Susan, how you doing today? Good morning. Let me see what we have. Who else we have? We got a lot of... Sorry, relatives. I'm trying to... We have so many comments. Marie Dragonfly says, good morning, relatives. Good to be here. I always love being a part of the circle. Cam is great support. Yes, Marie, I agree. Thank you. Winona, good morning. Winona says, week off. Good for you. That is wonderful. Peggy Ann Smith says, good morning. Good morning, Peggy. I'm so happy to see all you guys. And Indigo says, we're back into a rainy stretch here. So a kind of dark day. I'll probably take a nap at some point to get some more sleep. Good day for that. Otherwise, just getting caught up on things like shopping today will feel good. Hadassah, good morning, relatives. And that's what Hadassah says right back at you. So relatives, if you like for your check-in, feel free to let us know how you're doing. If you want to go further into what what you need today, maybe, some things that are sitting with you today. And for those of our relatives, if you need help with, how am I doing today? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and do a body scan. So again, when we body scan, when we're checking in with ourselves, we're paying attention to areas of our body that might be feeling tightness. You might be feeling heaviness. It might manifest as soreness or even discomfort or physical pain. If there's areas of your body you feel like you're stuck in, maybe if your mind's overreactive, maybe your shoulders are tight, maybe your tummy hurts, your knees, your joints, whatever it is, let's go ahead and scan from the head to toe. And we'll just take some deep breaths, and I want you to pay attention to where those areas are calling attention to you. You can sit, lay, or recline just like when we deep breathe, however you feel comfortable. Closing your eyes is optional. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Starting at the top of the head, we'll work our way down to our temples. Remember paying attention to tightness, heaviness, pain, or discomfort. Let's work our way down to our jaw. Deep inhale. Let's go over to our neck and our shoulders, working our way to our upper back, our middle back, our spine, our lower back, our tailbone, and even our bottoms. Let's go ahead back up from the shoulders to the biceps and triceps, elbow, the upper arm, the wrist, the palms, and fingertips. Let's go ahead to scanning our chest, paying attention if it's tight or neutral, working our way down to our tummy. Does your tummy feel full or empty? Does it feel hungry? Do you feel satisfied? Are there butterflies in there? We'll work our way down to our lower belly, our hips, inner and outer thighs, our knees, our shins, our calves, our ankles, the heel, the arch, the ball, and toes. Now let's go ahead and scan our heart space, taking a deep breath. Are there feelings or emotions that are lying heavy there? Perhaps your heart feels light and free, or full of joy. Maybe it feels neutral. And lastly, let's go ahead and scan our mind, our thoughts. Did you sleep okay last night? Maybe there were things that were spinning in your head. Maybe you had trouble sleeping. Maybe your dreams led you a certain way in your thoughts. Or maybe you're well rested. Your mind might be invigorated. Maybe you had that cup of coffee or a good breakfast and you feel ready for the day. And so with that, relatives, if you care to check in, let us know the parts of your body where you might be feeling something that you want to pay attention to. For example, today my heart is feeling a little bit heavy. Actually, my heart's feeling heavy today. And then I scan my tummy and I feel like there's a little bit of heaviness in my tummy too. So I'm going to pay attention to that today. I'm going to take some deep breaths. And probably also today, because my heart's feeling heavy, I'm going to do some journaling. I feel like that might help me to recognize what I'm feeling today and maybe help me to get a better grasp as to, how it can help me process, but also what I might want to do today to nurture and support my wellness. So again, relatives, feel free to let us know what you discovered in your body scan, what you're feeling. And also, you can let us know, what you need. Because if you're getting to that point where you can really recognize how you're feeling, that's a really, really amazing stride to be able to do that. When you can articulate, yeah, I'm feeling this here, or, I'm feeling okay today, or I'm not feeling okay today because of whatever it is. But then the ability to say then, based on what you're feeling what is it that you need right now? Or what is something that you can focus on? What's something that you can draw from your medicine kit to give you a step forward on your wellness path? I'm going to go to the comments while you're taking a moment to reflect on that. Evie says, had thunderstorms here yesterday, and it was a post-new moon kind of nap day too. Oh, did the new moon happen? I missed it. Okay, so when was the new moon? Evie, let me know, please. I want to check back on my day. Susan says, doing virtual school at home with my 2 little ones. Taking a few minutes before we start. My chest is at heaviness, racing thoughts, and heart. My 11-year-old daughter received a new Lyme diagnosis a few days ago, and she is symptomatic again. Out of remission. Grandma is in the hospital. Elderly housemate is just getting over a stomach issue he experienced over the past few days. I'm grounding and holding steady. I'm always anxious when my children are sick. I'm noticing a bit of fatigue, calling on my herbs for some support. Thank you for sharing, Susan. You are dealing with a lot. There's a lot going on. And I'm so sorry that what's happening with your daughter. Susan, if you are able to, feel free to reach out to me after this R&R, and we can talk. So just sending you lots of love, Susan. I'm here for you today, Susan, so I'll check in with you. Thank you for sharing. Evie says, the new moon was on September 6th and 7th. Wow. That's very helpful to know for me. Thank you, Evie. I appreciate that. All right, as we get out of Labor Day, huh? Allison says, in yoga therapy, we scan physical, energetic, mental, emotional, and witness body. My physical body has tension. Energetically, I feel more than the past 2 days. Mentally, I'm experiencing a wide array of thoughts. Emotionally, I am stable, yet listless. I have the ability to witness all these things and make choices with what I may be needing. Sometimes body scans can be overwhelming. I return to comfortable physical sensations when this happens. Okay, well, Allison, you just blew my mind. That is amazing, Allison. I feel like I need to read that quote a bunch of times today so I can really soak that up. But thank you for sharing, Allison. So relatives, if you want to read Allison's comment again, maybe that can help you reflect on your experiences of where you're at, because it brings me back to the mind, body, spirit, and the different aspects of our wellness. Let me see if I have... We have our Lokahi wheel somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. Lauren says, hi, here, thanks to Evie. Lauren, we're so happy you're here with us. Lauren, and any of our relatives who are joining us now, I want to let you know that it's never too late to check in. You can check in anytime before the video is over. So, Lauren, if you want to check in and let us know how you're doing, relatives just joining us, remember, you can always check in. You can take off the mask. You can put your guard down. You can just check in and let us know how you are. This is a safe place. We're here to support you, stigma-free, judgment-free. We're here to be with you in this space. And we can talk about it. We can celebrate for you. We can honor you. We can mourn with you. We can, we can laugh. We can, if you're not okay, we can talk about that. Not sure if I read Susan's comment yet. Susan says, thank you, Malia. This space helps a lot. Absolutely, Susan. That's why we're here. You're welcome. Evie says, happy you are here, love, in response to Lauren. And Allison reminds us, if you are not doing okay, relatives, it's okay not to feel okay. Be kind to yourself. We are here to connect and support. And I mean this, relatives, our society sort of caters to the fact that we are often swallowing our needs, our feelings. We're kind of hiding ourselves because we're afraid to be vulnerable. We sometimes equate vulnerable with weakness, and weakness with therefore we're not enough, and it's this cycle. So I want to let you know that if you are not okay, that genuinely you can be here and not be okay. To me, that was how I discovered my authentic self, how I learned to be able to ask for what it is that I need, ask myself, to be honest with myself, where I'm at. And if we can be honest with ourselves, and we can be honest here, it can be very profoundly, a profound step in authenticity. And that authenticity is important because when we're honest with ourselves about what we need and what we feel, and we stop swallowing it and suppressing and putting everyone else first, we begin to grow. And we're here to grow. Maybe you see your wellness, self-care, and mental health as a path. I often liken it to a path. But maybe you see it as a blossom. Sometimes I visualize my life as a seed, and then as a sprout, and then as a bud, and then as this bloom. And I feel like in my life right now that I am opening up into a full bloom. And so maybe those images in your mind can help you, realize where you're at in whatever phase it is that you are focusing on. And that can help you, give you an understanding of what you need and how you're feeling. Evie says, natural remedies are the best. I love it, Evie. Thank you. Allison says, in response to, I believe, Susan, your awareness is so strong. Sending intentions of healing to you and your loved ones. We are glad you made time for this connection, Susan. You are supported. Lauren says, I have energy, but it's mostly my bipolar, I think. I'm struggling mentally because I go back and forth with my best friend, who I know doesn't deserve me, but I don't leave. I was doing good, but now I'm back to wanting him. Thank you for sharing, Lauren. Yeah. And I'll offer to Lauren and to any of our relatives out there right now, facing your struggles today, what is something that you can do to support yourself? Let's go ahead, open up our medicine kit. What is some way that you feel that you can support yourself today? Maybe it's a cup of tea. Maybe it's pure being in community activated medicine. Maybe it's deep breathing or gratitude or doing something you enjoy. And the list goes on. So Lauren, my heart's with you. Allison reminds us in the Ask, what visual images do you use as a metaphor for your healing? I love that conversation. And so relatives, while we're reflecting on this, let's go ahead and make a cup of tea. So I've been heavy into my peppermint tea kick. I'm still in it. My tummy's been hurting a lot. So that's all right, because the peppermint's going to help support it. It's an herbal tea. I boiled the water. Peppermint's one of the few teas that you actually boil. And remember, tea leaves we almost never boil, particularly if it's green or white or oolong. Here's what our tea leaves look like. My tummy has just been feeling not too good, so peppermint all the way to support that. Also, I'm really caffeine sensitive. Relatives, if you're caffeine sensitive, I highly recommend peppermint in the morning if you want that invigoration without without getting that caffeine that might make you feel unwell. I've always felt like, because so many people are coffee drinkers, I'm like, man, I wish I knew what that was like to be able to have a cup of coffee and not feel ill. Because it always makes me feel sick and nervous. Okay, so I just put my tea in here. Interesting thing about peppermint tea is you need to steep it for a long time. So I'm just going to keep the cover on. Oh, you know what else I want to add to this? I forgot. I have a bunch of fresh garden lavender that my auntie gave me. And I also have some sage. So garden sage, I'm just going to put a piece of that in there. And then I'm going to just put in some of these lavender. There's nothing. So lavender essential oil, it's not my favorite, but I do enjoy it. But there's something about garden, like fresh garden lavender, that is just, it is incredible. Oh my gosh, it smells like heaven. Okay, so we have our lavender in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and let this steep, and we'll come back to it. Let me give it a little push with my tea strainer just so I can get those medicines all in there. Okay, so we'll let that steep again for like maybe 7 minutes or so, and we'll come back to it. Relatives, feel free to let us know what elixir you're enjoying this morning. And let's go ahead back to the comments. I love how there's so much commenting today, relatives. Thank you for bringing your voices into this space. Okay. Sorry, we just have so many comments. I'm trying to find them. So I love this because we asked, what visual images do you use as a metaphor for your healing? Evie responds that seeds start in the darkness. I love that. Thank you. And in response to Lauren, Evie says, he's dragging you down. Your friend is dragging you down. Sending you lots of love, Lauren. Lauren says, I struggle with self-love for sure. Now I'm crying, LOL. Lauren, and to all of our relatives out there, I know many of us struggle with self-love. But you know what is an act of self-love? What you're doing right here, right now. You're taking the time to reflect on how you're feeling. You're practicing community activated medicine. That is an act of self-love. And I encourage you, relatives, if you are feeling like you are not enough, if you are feeling like you have like imposter syndrome or something, if you are feeling whatever it is that you're feeling, let's go ahead and decide what it is that we can do to support self-love. And so Lauren and other relatives out there, please take a moment. Take a moment. Take a deep breath. Today, the way I'm showing my self-love is a cup of tea. Today, the way that I'm showing my self-love is I took a shower. I combed my hair. Today, the way that I'm going to show self-love is I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to hug my cats. I might even ask someone at work for a hug. And relatives, please share how you show love for yourself. And maybe we can support and inspire our relatives who might not be feeling that love that they deserve today. You are enough, Lauren. We're all enough. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way. And so we can be proactive. We can be the medicine. We can choose one thing. If you're struggling and you're like, I can't do nothing, not doing nothing, da 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 da, you know, I'm just like, I can't walk, I can't even eat. If that's where you're at right now, then maybe that one thing you choose for self-love is to forgive yourself, is to be like, you know what, this is where I'm at. And to allow yourself that compassion. Lauren, we're here for you. Evie says that's why we're friends. Lauren says thank you. Ellison says awareness is a big first step. What is a way you feel you could support yourself today? Evie also says crying helps release healing endorphins. Like, thank you, Evie. Thank you for sharing. Lauren says, I think focus on myself and not him, and worry about my stuff and not his. Lauren, that's beautiful. And also, I do understand how difficult that is. When we don't feel like we're enough, we will often look at not inner, the opposite of inner, outer, external, that's the word I'm looking for. We look for external things to fill us up. And I've heard some of our leaders at the Institute, beautiful souls, people who have really walked their healing paths and continue to walk it, that if you are seeking that external so much and you feel like you are not full, that you are not worthy, that you are not whole, what you can do, one of the things you can do is to call your spirit back. Call your spirit back. Call and ask for your spirit back. So I want to do two things today before we go. I'm going to chant to call it back for us. I'll do some of my ancestral chants, Hawaiian chants, Native Hawaiian chants. And I'll do that for us because I think many of us need that. Call your spirit back. And I also want us to do some tapping. So let's go ahead and do some tapping. After we tap, so for our relatives out there, Lauren, Susan, tapping, if you're one of those relatives out there right now where you're like, you know what, I am struggling, things are hard, I don't know what to do, I am walking with pain, I'm walking with heaviness, this is for me too, we will tap. So this is emotional freedom tapping, EFT. We're going to take meridian points, energetic meridian points in our bodies. We're going to tap them. And this can literally help to rewire our brains, because if we're in a state of suffering, it's a lot of the times, it has to do with certain part of our brains being activated, other parts not so much, and we kind of just feel like we get stuck in this rabbit hole. And so I'm gonna show you the points, the meridian points that we're gonna tap and how to do it, and then we can go to the affirmation or the statement that we're gonna make. Okay, so let's first start by identifying how we tap. With tapping, it's either one finger or two fingers. We might also use just like our hand to chop, or we might pound like this, or we might tap like this. Okay, I'm going to identify now for you the points, the meridian points that we're going to focus on. The first one is this part of our palm here. So when we tap, we'll tap this way. And we're going to tap anywhere between like 5 to 10 times in each meridian point. The other area is here, right between the eyebrows, 1 or 2 fingers. And we'll tap there. Then we'll tap the bony part of our cheek. We'll tap the bony part under our eyes. We'll tap just below the nose or above the lip, and just below the lip above the chin. Then we can tap one side of our sternum or rib cage, then the other side. Then we can lift our underarm and tap our rib cage on the side here, tap our rib cage on the side here, and then we'll tap the top of the head. So those are our areas that we can focus on. Okay. Now, the next part about tapping. And Allison, if you can write down the statement for us. What we're going to say is, even though I am feeling blank. So that's why it's important too with tapping. You really want to identify, what is it that's holding you back? What's giving you pain? What is it that you need to release? So I want you to identify something that's making you feel not good, nervous, anxious, sad, insecure, not enough, not loved, scared, emotional, whatever it is. So even though I'm not feeling whatever that fill in the blank is, and it's good to be specific. Like, for example, you don't want to say, even though I'm feeling nervous. You want to say, even though I'm feeling nervous because I have a doctor's appointment. See how you want to get specific? The next part of that statement is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. This is going to rewire our brain. This is going to start to give us something not only to calm us, but to give us an affirmation of, I do love and I do accept myself. And this works. This isn't like some, ethereal witchery, which I totally dig. But no, this is actually research-based. Tapping is also an ancient technique, but it does have some really wonderful benefits, particularly if you feel like you're suffering like in real time and you need something to calm you. The last thing I want to say about tapping before we do it is that when we do tap, we're going to do all the rounds, right? We're going to hit up all the areas 3 times. We're going to go through all the areas 3 times. Okay? So, Allison, if you can post that comment, even though I'm feeling blank, fill in something specific. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Relatives, please feel free to comment your statement, to write your statement in the comment section if you care to. It's also helpful to read it so that you can read it and not forget it. All right, again, just like deep breathing, we're going to sit, lay, or recline how we want. Just feel comfy. Closing your eyes is always an option. Now we're going to start by taking a deep inhale and exhale. Here we go. I'll state mine, but feel free to state yours out loud or state it in your head. Let's tap. Even though I am feeling uncertain because of new life changes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Deep inhale. Even though I am feeling uncertain because of recent life changes, I deeply and completely love, and accept myself. Stop. Deep inhale. Even though I'm feeling uncertain because of recent life changes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Deep inhale. Even though I am feeling uncertain because of recent life changes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Deep inhale. Under the eye. Even though I am feeling, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Exhale. Inhale. Above the lip. Even though I am feeling, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Deep inhale, below the lip. Even though I am feeling, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. By the chest. Even though I am feeling, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Again, other side. Even though I am feeling, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Side of the body. Even though I am feeling uncertain because of recent life changes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Other side. Even though I'm feeling uncertain, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And last one. Even though I am feeling, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Feel free to repeat this again if you need to, relatives. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale. How do you feel? How'd that feel? And with that, let's pour a cup of tea. And I'll leave us with a chant. Feel free to comment on anything you noticed about your body, any experiences you've had, and remember, y'all are simply the best. So let us know what you're feeling. Did you feel any which way? Did you have any experience while you were tapping? Did you discover something? Are you doing another round? This is a gorgeous cup of tea, by the way. You can see the sage in there, the beautiful lavender blossoms, the peppermint. Love it. I want to do a toast to our relatives out there. Remember, there's no one on the planet like you. You're one in over 7 billion people. You are a unique and beautiful soul. Creator put you on this earth with gifts and talents and beauty that is like no other. Call your spirit back. Remember who you are. And allow yourself the love and forgiveness that you deserve. Cheers. This is an excellent cup of tea. Relatives, feel free to let us know what elixir you have in your cup this morning. Juice, coffee, smoothies, kombucha, whatever it is, let us know. We'll go back to the comments and I'll leave you with a chant. Evie says ACV is awesome to wake our bodies up to. Evie says in response to Lauren, yay. And then Lauren asked, ACV, what's that? And Evie says apple cider vinegar. You know what, Evie? I can't do apple cider vinegar. It makes my stomach hurt really bad. I tried. My ex-partner, when he would drink it every morning. And he loved it. And I wish I could, but it made me hurt. Susan says I use something when I drink caffeinated drinks to keep it from making me shaky. Susan, please clarify for me because I'm not sure if it's a typo or if it's something I haven't heard of. But thank you, Susan, for sharing. Lauren says, I love tea. Maybe I should start doing that. Yeah, tea is an affordable, very enjoyable, excellent ritual to start the day. It really does bring peace, honestly. I think that's a great and very pleasurable thing to put in your medicine kit, to put in your bag of things that are healing to you. Allison says, I can only use ACV sparingly or it causes yeast infections because my gut flora does not need to extra fire. Okay, maybe that's the same for me, Allison. I think that might be what it is. Evie says, yes, GF. All right. And says, try decaf maybe. Evie also says, hugs are the best. Allison says, sounds like taking this time to focus on you is a great act of self-care, of self-love, and personal care. Focusing on the self can be so many things, just like Malia is describing. Let's brainstorm some self-love ideas that would fit in your day today. Susan says, Evie, I love herbal teas most. The combination of coffee and some theanine from green tea is really helpful for me when I need a boost as well. Okay, Susan, thank you for clarifying. So Lauren says, okay, got my charger. I'm going to try this. I'm super new to all of this and never normally up online this time, but the baby is being very good. Lauren, also, we have videos Monday through Friday. We probably have hundreds, if not thousands of videos by now, so feel free to check them at any time. Evie says, life is a lesson. She posted our hours. Thank you, my dear. Beautiful and amazing. And then Allison asks, how do you feel after a round of tapping? And here was Lauren's statement. Even though I feel unloved and unwanted, I love and accept myself deeply and completely, is how it started. Then went to even though I don't know who I am. Very interesting, Lauren. Yes, it reminds us, call ourselves, call our spirit back. Chills. Evie says, I love you, sister, and always here for you. Love you. Thank you, girls. Seriously, says Lauren. Lauren says, cheers tomorrow. I'm going to bring herbs and tea to work to do this with y'all tomorrow. And sugar. LOL. Lauren, honey too. If you got honey, that's a good one. And then Allison says, thank you for sharing your affirmation. Your awareness is the self speaking to you. Keep it up. And Lauren says, thank you. Allison, I love your insight. So wise. Okay. So I'm going to leave us with a chant because I think some of us really need to call our spirit back. We need to call and ask for some guidance from spirit, from creator, from the divine, from above. And hey, if you're atheist or agnostic, that's all good. You don't need to put this in your medicine kit. But I will say that chanting has some excellent something that it does on the brain waves, something it does to the brain. So if you're not like spiritually inclined, know that even just the sound waves will do good for you. So I do this chant a lot. It's called Ehomai. Ehomai is like a command. It means like, come to me. Ehomai kaikemai is like, I want to see, not necessarily see with the eyes, but give me this sight. Lunamai, from the things above. O na mea huna no eo. So o na mea is like the many things. Huna no eo is like, it's like hidden wisdom within the song. So while I'm chanting this, I'm going to chant it 3 times. I'm going to chant it in a low voice, my middle voice, my high voice. This will cover various aspects of our body and of our being, our body, mind, and spirit. But while I'm chanting this, relatives, I encourage you, if you need guidance, if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling uncertain, if you are feeling like you have an unanswered question, if you are, whatever it is that you need, I ask you to call that into you. If you feel like you are, maybe you need to call your spirit back. If you feel like, I know Lauren, you're saying it's like, I'm focused so much on this person. Why am I focused on this person? I need to focus on me. Well, let's call our spirit back. If you have one of those questions or answers you're seeking guidance, please allow yourself an open heart and an open mind while you call this in. E humai kai ke mai luna mai o na mea huna ono e au na mele e hoi e hoi e humai humai kai ke mai luna mai o na mea huna ono e o na mele e hoi e hoi e humai humai kai ke mai luna mai o na mea huna ono e o na mele e hui e hui Relatives, I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Remember, when you come to this virtual circle of care and you bring yourself in the intentionality and intersectionality of all of us here who are focused on our healing, that can be very powerful. Thank you for bringing the medicine that only you can bring. You're one in over 7 billion people. There's no one like you. Please do understand how important you are and how special you are. Take good, righteous care of your mind and your body and your heart and your spirit. It is our responsibility on our healing path. Our kuleana, that's what we call it in Olelo, Hawaii. It is our kuleana to know that if we are the medicine, and we are, that we must take the steps that we need to care for ourselves. That is our kuleana, that's our responsibility. That's why we have our medicine kits, our thoughts, behaviors, tools, actions, belief, exercises, friends, things that we do to care for ourselves. Relatives, build your medicine kit, open it up. That's why we're here to share. Aloha nui, huge love to you. You deserve love. Why? Because you were born a human being with a spirit, with gifts, with talents, with beauty. You deserve love, not because what you did or didn't do, but because that's your right as a person on this planet. You deserve love. And you are loved. And you are love. Before we go, there's a community survey linked to this video. It's completely anonymous and asks just a few questions. In our Indigenous way, we always ask for reciprocity. Our founder, Leah, knew that when she started the HIR Wellness Institute, she would never have our relatives ever pay a penny for their healing path. And also, we'll never ask for an insurance card. It doesn't matter if you have insurance to us. You might have it, you might not have it, but we'll never ask for an insurance card. We'll never ask for insurance information, period. That's irrelevant to receiving services at the HIR Wellness Institute. The survey also helps us to understand how best to serve you, and that is what we're passionate about. We're here to walk alongside you on this path and journey. You are not alone. Ahui ho'aku no, relatives. We'll see you later. Oh, and one last thing. I believe I'll be seeing you tomorrow on our live from Guadalajara. So I'll see you there. Much love, everyone. Ahui ho and aloha.